Yeah, it's Danny again. What I'm gonna talk to you on this one about, this is permanent steel bondage again. Like I said, y'all all know me by now. I'm the one that's locked up in the mess. This is one type. Now I'm gonna tell you about another one. This one is gonna be on torture restraints. And how these work is, like I said, it's darker. Every time I tell you one of these, it's going to get a little darker. But these are simply restraints that's been put on. And of course, like I've told y'all before, they use the finest doctors, surgeons, money's no option. It's all underground, and they know they can't touch them. So they don't mind spending the bucks on them. And first device they usually put on them is a collar. And on this bunch, it's usually a thick steel, posture collar. Now I'm talking about one that's big, heavy. The thing may weigh 75, 100 pounds. Who knows? And like I said, it's up to the manufacturer and what they pick out. And this, of course, being a posture collar, it's going to make them keep their head back, like this. And there's going to be the big rings and the side tie rings and all that mess. And they're going to put that on them. And I've already told y'all how they catch them. It's the same thing over and over again. And here we go with that itchy nose. I don't know why it does that. Every now and then it just goes to doing it. So, first thing they're going to do is, like I said, the collar. The next thing you'll find they're going to put a belt on them. It's solid steel. It's thick, it's heavy, just like the collar. And it's going to be fit around their abdomen, right over their hip bones, just like a chastity belt. It'll be sunk in on top of their bones. There's no way they can push it down or even really wiggle the thing much. And that's going to be locked on them. And then all the other surgical stuff that they normally do to them, they're going to, augment their breast and do whatever there. And since all masters and doms like to lead there goes that nose again. I like to lead their slaves around over there. They're going to end up with one of them nose shackles or a big nose ring, whichever, they pick. They're going to have that put on over there. Of course, like I said, their breast is going to be done, however it's ordered, the whole thing. And here's the part where you start getting into the torture devices. They are going to surgically implant rings like inside of a person's wrist. That's right. Right where all them cartilages and muscles and stuff is. So each one of their wrists is going to have them rings in there. Their ankle going to be the same way. If you reach down there your ankle bone and grab that flesh that's over the top of that bone, it'll go deep into your ankle, and you can feel all them tendons and cartilages and stuff. Well, they're going to have one of them rings through that. So now you got the feet done. Now these just alone, just to wear the things, would be painful enough and drive you bonkers, much less the heavy collar and the belt you got on. That steel belt. It's always there, always hurt. So this is where it gets into, and then whatever games they want to play. The master may have them down there, he may pair them off and have a contest. You hand both of them one of those little caning whips, whichever one can get the most red whelps on the other ones, especially in the specified areas that count the most, probably like the buttocks or something like that. Then that is going to be the winner. That poor loser is still going to be in for it. And they'll probably suspend her by them, like I said, those restraints again. They'll probably suspend them by them. They'll stick a ball gag that's perforated in their mouth. That's where they can blow out the drool stuff and not choke on it. And there's no telling how long they're going to hang there in agony before they finally decide enough's enough, take them down and take her to the back, you know. So that's the way it goes. And in this deal, I will say most of the doms are men. And almost all the slaves are always women. Because that's just what they enjoy best. And they bet on them, they turn around and, you know, compete, let different slaves fight against each other, you know, like what I just described, the, you know, the little canyon whip contest, or whatever. And they'll make a deal and trade slaves and everything else, so at any time they can end up with a new owner and all of their whims. So, you know, there's no way to really, there's no way of ever having any hope. When they get to that point, they got you. There ain't nothing you can do, just try to survive. You know, you got that stuff locked on you forever. It can't be removed, and a lot of times the surgeon that he put it on you can't remove it. He's outdone himself. They strive for that. Excellent. And he could be another dom that's competing against them. You never know. It could be a politician. Keep telling you, it doesn't make any difference. But in this game, usually all the slaves are female. Or I'm going to say, all I know about has been at least 95% been female. I'm sure there's a few males that's come and gone too, but you know. But that's what's going on, and there's no escape from it. And anytime they want to, they can just torture them to death. Like I said, and or make them wish for death. Let's put that another way. They're a valuable slave. They're not going to kill them. But they sure going to torture them. So that's another one to run from, stay away from. It's really out there. And like I said, this stuff gets darker and darker. That one's pretty dark. I got to admit on that one. But it really exists too. And it's got all the protection, just like I've been telling y'all about. You know, there's hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe politicians. There's doctors involved. You know, you never know who's going to be a player in this stuff. So, you know, it's not going to go away. And it's got people looking out for it. You know, like I said, you go to digging trying to find out, you can't never get deep enough. You'll never find the answer. You'll never see the slave. And they're moved all over the United States, you know. They ship them in their own personal shipping cases, you know, stuff like that. You know, they rig the shipping case with oxygen bottle and whatever and put the slave in there, seal it. They can holler their head off. Nobody'd hear them. And they got till the oxygen runs out or whatever to get to their other designation. But nobody ever lay eyes on them. Or was all over their bodies and that's been modified. They'll just reappear, maybe at their new home. Who knows? Yeah. So it's out there. Y'all be careful. Look out for the stuff. They recruit them the same way I've been telling you. Don't go in any club and have a couple too many. You're liable to end up with the worst kind of collar around you. Bad news. You know, it doesn't take that. Be careful. Don't go accept a ride from the real cute-looking guy that's in his Mercedes convertible. Next thing you know, you may wake up with 100 pounds of steel around your neck and a miserable life ahead. You never know. They've got every trick of them turning around and getting slaves. So you're all in danger. Except me, I'm so ugly, there ain't none of them wouldn't even think about messing with me. Woo! And it doesn't make any difference anyway. They'd have a problem with me. I already got permanent restraints everywhere, and they'd have to figure out some way to get them off before they could do anything, put some others on. So, that'd keep them for a while. So, anyway, it's out there. Be careful. They're looking for them slaves. They always are. And they're powerful. And they'll find you. And if they want you, your life, you know it's over. That's just the way it is. So be careful. And I'll think up another dark one to tell you about as soon as I figure out, well, number one, that y'all could handle it. And number two, I got to figure out the best way to word it where you can understand what's going on. But it's even darker. So, y'all have a good one out there. You know, for God's sake, be careful. Use your brains. Go with friends. Don't never go out by yourself. Especially if there's alcohol or drugs involved or anything. So you're just a sucker waiting to get caught up in it. That's the kind of people they like to catch because they can turn them real easy. So good luck to you. Y'all be careful. And this is Danny. Like I said, maybe I can save one of you. That'll be worth every bit of what I'm telling you and everything else over here. I figure if I can save one person, I've done my job. And hopefully I've saved many. I like that idea even better. So y'all be careful. And we'll see y'all again when we have another one ready for you. Y'all have a good day now. Bye-bye.